Hey, my royal family. If you're new here, welcome to Royal Reborn World, where silicone baby dolls are more than art. They're a journey of healing, creativity, faith, and purpose. Today's video is unlike anything I've shared before. Today, I'm taking you behind the scenes of my journey creating Willow-Ivy. You'll see the painting process, the victories, the mistakes, the lessons, and everything in between. But more importantly, you will hear how God answered a prayer in a way I never expected, the wisdom He taught me through difficult relationships, and why every challenge became part of preparing me for something greater. My prayer is that this video doesn't just inspire you guys. I pray it encourages everyone who's walking through heartbreak, disappointment, betrayal, illness, or uncertainty to remember that God is still writing your story. Psalms 56 reminds us, "When I am afraid, I put my trust in you," and that's exactly what I had to do. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and come spend some time with me as we paint Willow-Ivy together. I hope by the end of this video, you don't just see a beautifully painted silicone baby. I hope you see God's faithfulness, His healing, and the beauty that can come from trusting Him one layer at a time. Before painting a full-body silicone baby, preparation matters. The doll must be thoroughly cleaned so oils, mold release, and residue don't interfere with paint adhesion. Your workspace should be clean, organized, and free from dust. Gather your paints, paint thinner, sponges, brushes, cosmetic wedges, and pigments before you begin. Study real newborn photos. Observe how color naturally appears beneath translucent skin, soft mottling, tiny veins, warm blushing, cool undertones, and delicate transitions. Realism comes from observation, not rushing. Most importantly, pray before you begin. Invite God into your work. Ask Him for patience, wisdom, steady hands, and a peaceful spirit. As Colossians 3:23 reminds us, whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men. During the painting process, silicone painting is built through transparent layers. Each layer has a purpose. Modeling creates depth. Veining creates life beneath the surface. Blushing brings warmth. Shadows create dimension. Tiny details around the eyes, lips, fingers, ears, elbows, knees, and feet make a baby appear more lifelike. Every layer must cure properly before moving on. Rushing leads to muddy colors and uneven results. Patience isn't optional, it's part of the art. Sometimes you'll make mistakes, sometimes you'll strip paint, sometimes you'll start over. Don't be discouraged. Every artist grows one layer at a time. Once all painting is complete, carefully inspect every area under different lighting. Apply your finishing matte layer if appropriate, and allow everything to fully cure before dressing or handling your doll. Then add eyelashes, root hair if desired, insert eyes if optional, and finish with thoughtful details like a diaper, outfit, blanket, or accessories. But don't stop there. Take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. Every completed baby represents hours of learning, persistence, and growth. For me, Willow-Ivy is more than a silicone doll. She represents answered prayers. She represents healing. She represents perseverance. She represents every moment God carried me when I wanted to quit. As I continued this journey, I know there would be more challenges, more lessons, more growth, but I also know this. The same God who brought me this far will continue leading every step ahead. Psalms 56 ends with this beautiful reminder: "For you have delivered my soul from death and my feet from stumbling, that I may walk before God in the light of life." Psalms 56:13. That's exactly what this journey has been for me, a walk into the light. And no matter what comes next, all glory belongs to God. There was a season in my life when I was in one of the darkest places I had ever experienced. In 2024, I discovered the world of Reborn and Silicone baby dolls. At the time, I wasn't searching for a business. I wasn't searching for recognition. I was searching for peace. I was dealing with health challenges, difficult life decisions, emotional pain, and physical pain, and trying to find a healthy outlet that would give me something positive to focus on. I needed something that would quiet my mind and remind me that beauty could still exist even during broken seasons. Little did I know that God was leading me towards something that would eventually become part of my healing. Psalm 56 reminds us, "When I am afraid, I put my trust in you." Psalms 56:3. That verse became real in my life. I didn't know where God was taking me, but I trusted that He was taking me somewhere. When I first became interested in painting silicone baby dolls, I had absolutely no idea where to start. I spent countless hours watching videos, researching supplies, learning about pigments, paint thinners, color theory, matting powder, and every technique I could find. The more I watched, the more overwhelmed I became. Painting silicone isn't like painting vinyl. Silicone is one of the most challenging art forms because nothing wants to stick to the surface. Every transparent wash has to be built layer by layer. Every vein has to remain subtle. Every blush must look like it's flowing beneath translucent skin instead of sitting on top of it. Too much paint ruins realism. Too little, nothing shows. Every layer requires patience. Every decision affects the final baby. It became frustrating trying to figure everything out completely on my own. Eventually, I put it on the back burner. So I prayed. I simply asked God, "Lord, if this is something you want me to do, send me people who can help me learn." Looking back, I laugh a little because people always say, "Be careful what you ask God for." About a year and a half later, He answered. He sent people into my life. We formed a group. In the beginning, we learned together and we encouraged each other. For a while, I believed it was exactly what I had prayed for. And in many ways, it was. God answered my prayer. But something that I've learned is this: just because something is an answered prayer doesn't mean every person involved has pure intentions. Never let your spiritual guard down. Not because God isn't faithful, but because people have free will. Humans can be manipulative. Humans can be deceptive. Humans can smile in your face while secretly trying to destroy your confidence. Sometimes people lie. Sometimes they gossip. Sometimes they attempt to assassinate your character. Sometimes they project their own insecurities onto someone God is elevating. But here's what I've learned. People can attack your reputation, but they cannot cancel God's assignment over your life. Isaiah 54:17 says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." Notice it doesn't say weapons won't be formed, but it says they won't prosper. That changes everything. I don't regret that season because every difficult lesson became another tool God placed in my hands. They taught me what discernment looks like. They taught me boundaries. They taught me not everyone deserves unlimited access to my heart. Most importantly, they taught me that my identity doesn't come from people. It comes from God. Romans 8:28 reminds us, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love God. Not some things, but all things. Even betrayal, even disappointment, even rejection, even heartbreak. God wastes nothing. One thing I refuse to do is allow how people treated me to change who I am. I refuse. I will remain loving. I will remain compassionate. I will remain generous. But there is one thing that has changed. I used to be nice. Now I choose to be kind. There is a difference. Being nice often seeks approval. Nice people avoid conflict. Nice people sometimes ignore truth just to keep peace. Kindness is different. Biblical kindness comes from love rooted in truth. Kindness sets healthy boundaries. Kindness says no when necessary. Kindness forgives without allowing continued abuse. Kindness speaks truth with grace. Jesus wasn't nice, but he was always kind. He loved people enough to tell them the truth. Galatians 5:22 reminds us that kindness is one of the fruits of the Spirit, not people pleasing, not pretending, kindness. I've learned that protecting my peace doesn't make me mean, it makes me wise. One of the saddest things I've witnessed is how some people project themselves onto others. Instead of confronting their own wounds, they accuse someone else. Instead of healing, they create division. Instead of celebrating another person's growth, they become offended by it. But projection never changes truth. God knows my heart. That's enough for me. Psalms 56:8 says, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle." Imagine that. Every tear you've cried, God noticed. Every lonely night, he counted. Every prayer, he heard. So anyone who has tried to destroy what God has ordained, I hold no hatred towards you. I generally pray God blesses you. But understand this, you cannot destroy what God himself established. If God opened the door, no person can permanently close it. If God planted the seed, no one can stop the harvest. If God gave the vision, no amount of gossip can erase the purpose. Because what God ordains, God sustains. As I continue learning to paint, I also learned something beautiful. Painting silicone babies requires many of the same qualities God develops in us spiritually, like patience, precision, gentleness, self-control, perseverance. Every layer teaches restraint. Every correction teaches humility. And every finished baby reminds me that beautiful things are rarely created overnight. You don't rush realism, and you can't rush God's timing. If you've made it this far, you're amazing. Drop 3 purple hearts in the comments so I know you watched until the end. I hope you've enjoyed every minute of this video. If you did, please give it a like, share it to help me reach more people, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss future videos. Thank you so much for your support. It truly means the world to me. Thank you for watching.